So one of the ones right here. This is one of the ones my mom told me when she was younger. It was around the time, whatever age you are when you learn your ABCs. So she was trying to learn her ABCs. So she ended up learning them earlier than what I guess she's supposed to learn them. So her mom was more of, oh, I'm proud of my daughter. She's able to do her ABCs early. She can say them all on the block, right? So it's like a little party going on at the house. Now, this is when we living in the projects. Well, I was there at the time, but they were living in the projects. I wasn't born yet, so they're living in the projects. And I think I want to say they were like on the seventh floor, maybe. I think like the seventh floor, 7 or 6, one of those. So the party's going on outside of her room. She can't be out there obviously because she's a kid, so she's in her room playing with her Barbie dolls and such or whatever like that. And my grandma goes in the room and she's like, come on here and say ABC to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So my mom said she was more on some like, no, like I can't be out there with y'all playing around. Like, it's a party room. She thinking it's playing with the kid, you don't know. But she like, don't want to do it. So she go out there and my grandma was like, say the ABCs. And she was like, kind of like not doing them, like, hey, she said she remember how she was messing up on purpose on some of them or whatever. So my grandma got mad, like, oh, you trying to be a smart A and get her and put her in the room and lock her in there. So my mom said she's sitting on her bed, she's like kind of mad or whatever. So in her room, bed's right here. It's a sliding door right here, and then the door is right here. So sliding closet door for her to be able to get out, and her right here. So she's laying on her bed, and she said she could look at the end of the closet over here, because the closet is one of those 2 sliding door closets. So when she's looking at the closet on the end on the right, she's noticing it kind of like was kind of open. So when you be in a room, hey, people gonna front, but when you're in a room and you see a closet open, you want that closet all the way closed. So you might be scared, it might be nice. Hey, let me close the closet. So she seen the closet, she closed it, so she went back to laying down. I don't even think she had a TV in her room. So I don't even think she had a TV in her room. She just said she was laying there playing with her Barbies, and the door kind of like, she said she remembered looking up, and it was kind of like open back to where it was at. So she's looking like, I remember closing it, but I said back open. So she go back over and close it. So she went back to playing around, laying on her bed. When she looked up, it was open. And then she sees a hand comes out the closet like this, and then it starts to open the closet. And she sees the hand, so she like, what is going on? And right next to it is like the window, like outside of it, and the window's open, but it's a screen. Not like even about the window, but it's a screen, and he's coming out of the closet now. Now the figure that she said he looked like, he had like an outfit kind of like the typical Abraham Lincoln outfit, the black suit type thing, and he had like a top hat, but it wasn't Abraham Lincoln. She didn't say he looked like him, he just looked like just a man, like she didn't know who he was, and he had a top hat, and he was standing there looking at her as he came out of the closet, just standing there looking at her, and she's like, oh my God. So she said she got up, and now so the distance of him and her is like, man, I can't really do this to the camera. But it's not far, but it's a little ways. Not enough to get away as a little kid. So she's knocking on the door. Mom, is somebody in the room? Mom. So my grandma is like, be quiet, I don't want to hear. You didn't want to do your ABCs, you're not getting out the room. I don't want to hear it. So, but my grandma, she said she don't think my grandma actually heard her saying somebody in the room. She said she just heard her knocking on the door and probably thinking like, oh, she's just trying to get out. So like, mom, please come. As she's doing that, he's standing there looking at her, not saying nothing, just, he came out of the closet and just looking at her like, and she just like, what? And she said he was real tall. He wasn't super tall, but he was like tall. She said he was probably like almost 7 feet. He wasn't like normal height. Well, I guess normal height is 6 feet, 5'11" or something. Anyway, the dude was tall. I was gonna say the dude was tall. And to a kid, you can just imagine how tall he looked to her. To just any kid that's small like that. And finally, I think one of my uncles her. Somebody heard her say somebody's in there, and they told my grandma like, hey, she said somebody's in the room with her, and they're like, oh my god, oh my god. So now everybody's trying to open up the door, and they're trying to open the door, but they can't get it open. They're like, what's wrong with this door? And as she's doing that, now she's crying obviously. So she's like, oh yeah, they about to finally get me, but he's still fucking in there. And so he starts walking, but he's walking like this, like slow, like kind of like into her. Like to me, that feel like he just playing with her, like because I feel like he could just boom and grab her, but he's just rocking, getting to her, but slowly though. And then everybody's getting closer. And they trying to open this door. They can't open the door. Like, what is wrong with this door? And so finally, one of my moms finally kind of open. And he's like, somebody's on the other end holding it because the door is open. It's not locked or nothing, but it's something holding it where he can see in, but can't. He said, it is somebody in the room. So they try to pull the door, and they see him, but they can't get it open. It's slammed closed. And then when they finally open it, they see the whatever he was, he went out the window, went straight out the window. And everybody in the house, in the house probably like 20, 30 people in there. You know how it be at parties. A bunch of people in the house. So they like, what the heck is going on in here? So they look out the window, nothing. They like, how did he even get through the screen? The screen is there. It's not like he like broke through the screen, but whatever it was, it went through the window. They didn't see nobody at the bottom dead. He went out, everybody's seeing it messed up though. My mom said she remembered the whole vibe of the party was messed up, and everybody started leaving like, this is too freaky, what's going on? And everybody left. And it's just another crazy one. Go ahead.